right now on 5 on your side at 10.
A warm Wednesday gives way to a chilly start to the weekend. When and where showers are most likely as we head toward a brief cool down.
Stolen guns fired into the air.
When you have 13-year-olds with assault rifles, how is that going to work?
Tonight, a community call to action after the arrest of 4 teens. Tonight, a tragic update. We now know a house fire that killed a mom and her 4 children was intentionally set.
Tonight, we're getting some answers that are raising more questions. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. Investigators believe Bernadine Prusner set the fire intentionally early Monday morning at the family's home in Ferguson. Robert Townsend is live in Ferguson tonight with the gut-wrenching reaction from city leaders and the fathers of the children. Robert.
Mike, it's been an extremely tough time for so many people here in Ferguson, and nobody wanted to hear the heart-wrenching update on what happened to that family.
I am so very sorry for the heartache she was feeling. I'm so very sorry for the children. I'm so very, very sorry for the parents.
You could see the heartbreak and sadness in Councilwoman Linda Livka's eyes. She's just one of many in Ferguson and all around the St. Louis region, still feeling the pain after hearing about Monday's house fire that killed Bernadine "Birdie" Prusner and her 4 children. Fire investigators now say the 39-year-old mom intentionally set the fire, which started on the mattress. The Ferguson mom was a former model, a highly respected author, and assistant professor who taught early childhood education at Lewis and Clark Community College.
For somebody to have that much outreach and that much connection with humanity all around her, to feel that alone, we need to do better.
St. Louis County Police say she left a note stating intentions to take her life and the lives of her children. 2-year-old Millie, 6-year-old Jackson, and her 9-year-old twin daughters, Ellie and Ivy.
It has ripples throughout the community.
Dr. Bart Andrews is Chief Clinical Officer at Behavioral Health Response. Among other things, he says before such a tragedy occurs, people can try to keep an eye out for possible warning signs.
Have something they used to do they're not doing anymore? Are they talking about being depressed? Are they talking in terms of finality?
Jason Spader, the father of Prusner's 2 youngest children, released a statement on behalf of himself and the father of the other children. Spader says, quote, "As dads, right now we have to focus on honoring the 4 beautiful lives, and we plan to do that together. Our thanks go out to the community, people we know, and many we have never even met who have shown us incredible amounts of support. We will continue to need it." Now, Ferguson Police Chief Troy Doyle released a statement that reads in part, "This moment of sorrow caused us to band together like never before." Doyle says it's time to lean on one another, to listen with open hearts, and to offer a shoulder or an ear to those in need. We're live tonight in Ferguson. I'm Robert Townsend. 5 on your side.
Within the hour, we received a statement from the family through Birdie Prusner's attorney. They believe she was troubled by ongoing issues in family court.
They say, quote, Birdie lived for her children and focused only on their happiness. Birdie got to an awful place, one that resulted in tragic consequences. Their statement goes on to say, we will never get our daughter back. We will never see our grandchildren again. But if this tragedy could direct people to seek help in times of anguish and crisis, then perhaps Birdie's life and not her death will stand for something.
If you or someone you know is struggling, help is available. You can call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline 24/7, the number 988. Let's talk about our weather now. A mild February night across St. Louis after temperatures reach into the 70s today.
Rain could move in overnight, and some of you may be jolted by thunder. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is tracking the storm chances in his Weather First forecast.
And you know, we were talking about this throughout the afternoon into the evening, that the storm chances overall have been decreasing somewhat with this weather system as the instability is eluding the bi-state area, at least for now. We're quiet in St. Louis. We do have the clouds, but we're still incredibly mild for this time of year. Temperatures still in the 60s. Check the radar, especially looking to the south. Not really finding anything here of any consequence. Looks like we've seen some birds on the radar, maybe even insects. Yeah, it's been warm enough today. We're still in the 60s with that south breeze blowing in some warmer and slightly more humid air. Focus is to our north for the thunderstorms here over the next few hours, well to the north. And what comes out of the Ozarks looks to stay to our south. So maybe a few showers before daybreak, but most are going to see limited rain out of this entire system. The chance for rain tomorrow still scattered across the area. We'll time that out in a few minutes with Futurecast. But dry weather's on the way this weekend, and you just won't believe the roller coaster ride we'll be on when it comes to temperatures as we head into the final few days of February. We'll see in a few minutes.
What is these? Is that so?
New information tonight on that chaotic scene in Berkeley last night. A man shot by police is now charged in connection to a carjacking and chase. 21-year-old Larry Lucas faces several charges, including first-degree robbery and resisting arrest. Police used spike strips to stop a stolen car when 3 people got out and ran off. According to court documents, officers fired shots at Lucas after he pointed a gun at them. He was shot in the leg. 3 detectives are now on administrative leave. A 15-year-old and 23-year-old were also arrested. Tonight, community leaders are calling for action a day after St. Louis police say a group of teenagers were firing stolen guns into the air.
Now, 4 of those teens and 2 adults are charged with stealing guns and discharging them within city limits. Brent Solomon is just back from catching up with those working on in our area to prevent these kinds of crimes. Brent?
That's right, Kelly and Mike. Tonight I learned about 2 initiatives now underway. One, a proposed city law to prevent firing into the air, and a community collaboration to focus on where crimes are happening and why. Our cameras rolling as police flood Ferris Avenue near MacArthur Avenue in North City Tuesday evening. There, a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, and 2 13-year-olds arrested for firing shots into the air in front of a home.
And they were all stolen, Brett.
Alderwoman Pamela Boyd is outraged. She represents that area.
Why is it people think this is okay? This is not the norm for our city.
Next week, the city's Public Safety Committee will hear a proposal she drafted to step up penalties for people who shoot guns into the air.
Bullets it doesn't matter where they go. When they go up, you don't know where they're going.
This as another group, the Public Safety Collaborative, is gathering neighbors to lead the conversation on reducing crime.
How many young people are carrying guns because they friends and they homeboys and they cousins and they family members were shot and killed, and they feel as if though I gotta carry a gun because I don't want that to happen to me. It's a lot of trauma.
By identifying places crimes are happening, the group hopes to recommend resources city leaders can enact.
It can come down simply to better lighting on your street. It can even come down to mental health resources. How many young people are carrying guns because they feel as if though they got beef or they got drama with somebody else and they need it for protection.
Neighbors and lawmakers getting to work to take back their neighborhoods.
I have 85% seniors in my community. And so I don't want my seniors have to sleep on the ground because they don't know if somebody's going to get in a mood and want to shoot their gun off.
Police are still looking for others believed to be with that group last night. Meantime, the Public Safety Collaborative is inviting those who want to be part of the solution to join them tomorrow at 1 o'clock for a brainstorming session. That's at the Julia Davis Library on National Bridge.
New tonight at 10, a driver has been charged in a hit-and-run crash that killed a woman on Halls Ferry Road late last night, and police say she was driving on a suspended license. 5 on your side's Laura Barcheski is live in St. Louis County, where police are seeing a disturbing trend on pedestrian safety. Laura?
Kelly, this is the 4th person who's been hit and killed while walking across the street in St. Louis County just this month. And officials and advocates say something has to change. St. Louis County police say a woman was crossing Halls Ferry Road around 11:30 Tuesday night when she was hit by a car. She was rushed to the hospital where she died. Police say the driver, Alexandria Coleman, left the scene but came back later. 2 men and 1 other woman were hit and killed while crossing St. Louis County roads earlier this month. County Councilman Ernie Tracus says they have to act now.
It's an issue and a problem that needs to be addressed.
Tracus says at the next county council meeting he plans to reintroduce his bill he says will keep pedestrians safe.
If there is a sidewalk along a roadway, you're required to be on it. If you have to access a roadway, then if that's the case, whenever possible, it should be within a certain distance of the shoulder.
If passed, police would have the ability to ticket someone for not using the sidewalk or not following the other rules. The bill was passed last year but vetoed by County Executive Sam Page.
It was a fairly, I think, well-crafted, as I said, completely neutral bill that I think would have addressed the problem, at least in a significant way.
TrailNet policy catalyst Charles Bryson says infrastructure changes and traffic enforcement would make a big difference.
They can quick build situations where they can make that safer, whether they're bump outs, whether they're different signage to let people know the pedestrians have the right of way when they cross into the crosswalk.
And another thing Bryson says is missing is education.
We need to bring driver's ed back so people have a better understanding of their responsibilities with this 2-ton vehicle and what it means to other people.
Police say Coleman is charged with leaving the scene of an accident which resulted in death and driving while her license was revoked. She is being held in jail on a $50,000 cash bond. Reporting live in Clayton, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
Federal investigators are now looking into a cyber attack on the Francis Howell School District. District officials confirmed today that malware was used to encrypt some systems. It's unclear who's behind the attack and if any information was compromised. This forced students to learn remotely for the past 2 days. They will return in person tomorrow, even though some internet and phone services in school buildings are still down.
Shopping on a Budget 101.
It's a great place for the community to come and support each other.
The college campus store where the entire St. Louis community can shop for free. Holy moly!
It was scary when I came out. I was like, oh, I'm glad I drove before it sank.
A large sinkhole in South City doubles in size overnight. The timeline for repairs.
Rain chances are with us for part of tomorrow, but certainly not all day. We're tracking a big pattern change coming after the weekend that's raising a few eyebrows.